When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now.
Welcome all to the wedding celebration of Naila and John. Before we continue, I invite Naila and John to breathe, as we just did. Let's breathe again. It's always a very good idea. Multiple breaths in and out, and anyone else who would like to. And focus on the present. A wedding day is one that seems to fly by. It's a day filled with emotion, friends, rings, and dances. Many people, and those of you here who are married, will comment on how fleeting their own wedding day was. So I want you to take a few seconds to look into each other's eyes and then gaze out on the water together. There's a reason you got married in front of the water. It's calming. As a matter of fact, let us all be mindful of what surrounds us at this very moment. Birds, too. Think about the happiness that you're feeling in this place, in this moment, you guys. Really let that feeling register in your heart and your mind. Today we come together in celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are in it forever. That would be you two. To those of you I have not met, my name is Kat, and I am honored to officiate as we all rejoice with Naila and John and all of you as they are joined in marriage. And now some words for you two. Now, having said that, you don't need to have a ceremony to have a marriage. And when you think about it, the whole thing is kind of weird, right? You're standing in front of a lot of people looking fancy as you are, holding flowers, and being stared at by pretty much everyone who has meant anything to you. So why do we do it, we ask? The marriage ceremony has been an important feature across nearly every culture, religion, generation, and society. We have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as one so critical, we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others. Why this moment? Because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share, every single one of us. It's the great unifier, our one universal truth, that no matter who we are or where we have come from, what we believe, we know this one thing: love is what we're doing right. It is a natural state of being, so as creatures of instinct, we seek out the relationships which allow us to love, nurture, and care for one another. Yet love isn't practical. It isn't meant to be easy. It doesn't appear like that on command. It doesn't let you fall for whomever you'd like. It surfaces neither at the most opportune moment nor in the most convenient. It'll pair you with someone you might never have expected. It'll put you face to face with endless obstacles. I can hear everybody's brains turning. But in the end, none of that will matter, because it's how you overcome its obstacles that will define your love. It may not be practical, as we said, but love is ultimately the best thing that will ever happen to you. And now, speaking of love, a little talk about the personal love story here of Naila and John. As most of you know, these two have one of those meant to find each other stories. Naila came from Montreal. John came from Sudbury. Both grew up in Canada, moved to Sweden to become teachers, and finally found each other in Sundsvall Bridge. I love this quote. As author Robert Brault once said, to find someone who will love you for no reason and to shower that person with reasons, that is the ultimate happiness. So their adventures and travel continue today with their and your journey, because so many of you would not be here if it wasn't for these two adventurous souls, to what we call the romantically fabulous or fabulously romantic Florida Keys, where the magical moments which brought Naila and John together will continue as they make their vows and proclaim their love to all. John and Naila, your marriage today is the public and legal joining of your souls that have already been united as one in your hearts. And today, you bring here the spark and spirit which is uniquely your own, and out of which love has grown for some time and will continue to grow, deepen, and strengthen in the precious reality of your life together, your marriage. We will now offer an opening blessing for Naila and John in the true Irish tradition. And it will be read by Mary Ann.
Love and laughter light your days and warm your heart and home. May good and faithful friends be yours wherever you may roam. May peace and plenty bless your world with joy and that long endures. May all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and yours.
Now, as we prepare for you to exchange your wedding vows, like many of us, John and Naila have learned that when you love someone, you do not love them all the time in exactly the same way. From moment to moment, it's going to change. It's an impossibility. Let's be realistic, right? We can be romantic, but let's be realistic. They both start with an R. The only continuity possible in life as in love is in growth, in fluidity, in freedom, in the sense that dancers are free, barely touching as they pass, but partners in the same pattern. Just like love, marriage does not stay still, which is good for those of us with ADD. It changes from day to day, year to year. Marriage is an ever-changing, ever-growing relationship that will move John and Naila toward greater contentment within themselves, with each other, and all those whose lives they touch. It is dynamic, and that is one of my favorite words. I'm so happy you chose it, Naila. As the old saying goes, the only thing constant is change. So grow, sometimes as individuals and sometimes as a couple, but never remain stagnant. I think that is something we often hear from couples who have been blessed with long marriages. They keep busy, they keep fresh, their marriages evolve. It is their love and intention that has created this bond, and it is their words and their vision that must define and shape this marriage. John and Naila, your wedding day is but one brief day in your journey together, and although your vows are spoken in a matter of moments, they are promises that will last a lifetime. Naila and John, as you come this day to affirm your love and commitment, may you always remember to value each other as special and unique individuals, and that you respect each other's thoughts, thoughts, ideas, and feelings. May you be able to forgive and to forget when wronged, and live each day that you may share it together. As from this day forward, you will be each other's home, each other's comfort, and each other's sanctuary. Now I'm going to start with you, John. John, will you embrace Naila as your wife, as your companion, and your best friend for life? Will you treat her with love and devotion, honor and respect? Will you stand by her in the triumphs and tragedies of life as a faithful and caring husband? If so, say, I will.
I will.
And Naila, will you embrace John as your husband, as your companion, and your best friend for life? Will you treat him with love and devotion, honor and respect? Will you stand by him in the triumphs and tragedies of life as a faithful and caring wife? If so, say, I will.
I will.
They just got married. And now I believe we have some rings. Thank you. I'm going to hold these out as we talk about the symbolism of the wedding ring. I hold in my hand these beautiful rings, symbolic of a binding contract, to be given and received as bonds of never-ending love and devoted friendship, circles of life and circles of love. These rings are made of precious metals, purified by the heat of many fires. They are a symbol of the wealth that resides inside each of you and the pure passion of your love for one another. And now, John, I'm going to ask you to hold Naila's hands up with your hands underneath. And as you look at her palms, I'd like you to think, these are the hands that will work alongside yours as you build your future together, as you laugh and cry, as you share your innermost secrets and dreams. Naila, I give you this ring.
Naila, I give you this ring.
As a gift and a token of my love.
As a gift and a token of my love.
I am yours.
I am yours.
And you are mine.
And you are mine.
From this day.
From this day.
Until the end of my days.
Until the end of my days.
I love you.
I love you.
And now you can slip that
That's sweet.
in. Yeah. First challenge of married life. And now we're going to switch the order, and you can look at John's hands with your palms underneath John's. There we go.
Not nearly as interesting.
Just like that game we played when we were kids. And as you look, there you go. These are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, see, we don't say that when we're looking at the bride's hands. These are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. You are quite welcome. John, with this ring, I give you my love.
I give you my love
As a promise.
as a promise
Through all of time and space.
through all of time and
Forward. I am yours,
I am yours,
and you are
and
mine.
you are mine.
From this day
From this day
until the end of my days,
until the end of my days,
I love you always.
I love you always.
And that ring can go down now. And now we have a beautiful reading here. And you're right down there, hon. Right there. Kristen will be blessing this marriage with her reading.
May these vows and this marriage be blessed. May it be sweet milk, this marriage, like wine and palm. May this marriage offer fruit and shade like the date palm. May this marriage be full of laughter our every day for paradise. May this marriage be a sign of compassion, a seal of happiness here and hereafter. May this marriage have a fair face and a good name, an omen as welcome as the moon in a clear blue sky. I am out of words to describe how spirit mingles in this marriage.
Beautiful, Kristen. Thank you. We're getting there. More breathing? Let's take a moment and breathe. Okay. Remember that moment we took at the beginning of your ceremony, speaking of breathing? Well, before I pronounce you husband and wife, I ask you to pause again, breathe, and reflect upon this. Everyone, please. Think about your life together in 20 years. Where are you? What will you be doing? I like to call it not just mindfulness, but opened mindfulness. We all know that your visions of the future may not be identical, but they are always complementary. The late, great John Lennon once said, "A dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together, that is reality." And for John and Naila, that reality starts now because they're married and you may share your first married kiss. But we're not done yet. Lay that down. Put that on top. I have the honor to preside over the sapatilla breaking. John and Naila will now perform a traditional Indian wedding ritual. The tray goes on top. Yeah, there you go. John and Naila will now perform a traditional Indian wedding ritual, the breaking of the sapatilla. The couple will each stand on the step. Well, not on the step, but you'll raise your foot above and then step down, breaking a sapatilla. So these are the small clay pots, and the bride and groom are each going to, the sapatilla contain lentils to symbolize the bounty of nature, silver coins symbolizing material wealth, sugar for sweetness and harmony, and turmeric for good health. John and Naila must step onto the sapatilla and break it in order to release the gifts they contain. And it is said that whoever steps on and breaks it first will be the one to rule the house. So just like they did before with the hands, we've got some friendly competition here. So we're going to kind of cheer them on, everybody here. We're going to do like a get ready, get set. We're going to do a little countdown. We're all ready. You guys are ready? 3, 2, wait a minute. Let's just make sure. Okay. 3, okay, raise that foot. 3, 2, I don't think they're ready. Do you think they're ready? One more time. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1, and go! I love it. And did you notice how that music mounted as the excitement grew? Well, and now I would like to officially introduce for the first time as husband and wife, John and Naila.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard. Trash, got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of Patrol, and it's on, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready, 'cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Let's just run, girl. If we wake up and you wanna break up, that's cool. No, I won't blame you. It was fun, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes?
sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our bride and groom?
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000
Hold your breath,
things
it
to
gets
see.
better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a
With new
surprise.
horizons,
Every
you
moment red
pursue.
letter.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
A thrilling chase.
A wondrous place for you and me.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our beautiful bride and her very proud father.
I can see it in your eyes. You've had a long day. Let's lock the doors and pull down the shades. Turn some music on. Pour a glass of sweet red wine. Let the candles burn. Put your hand in mine. Dance with me say a word, just dance with me. Let the world outside disappear. Baby, what we got here is all we need. Dance with me. I kiss you goodbye in the early morning light. Sometimes I don't get home till it's cold and dark outside. But baby, here we are, we're together all alone. We finally found a moment we can call our own. Dance with me. Don't say a word, just dance with me. Let the world outside disappear. Baby, what we got here is all we need. Dance with me. Just close your eyes and dance with me. Hold on tight, let's take it slow. No, don't let go. Dance with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our groom and his mommy?
From Ruki, who came all the way from Ireland, and Alea, who came from New York, and Isabel, and all of Naila's friends who were able to come here with Christine and everything. I'm really, really, really happy that you made it, and thank you again to all the friends also of the families. We wish Naila and John the best and the most happy years of their life, and lots of good health and happiness and a long union with maybe lots of little children. That's what she wants.
She said little. Okay,
Yeah,
little.
we don't want them to grow up. Okay, so I'm gonna just pass it to Nat.
Okay, so again, thank you very much for coming. Congratulations, Naila and John. This is not the first time. We had our son getting married last year, so we have some practice in wedding off children. So any one of you is ready, we can help. But Naila's brother couldn't be here because his wife is expecting anytime. So I'm keeping track of what's going on. So far, false alarm a couple of days ago, nothing happening so far. So I'll let you know if it happens tonight. You'll hear from me. But thank you for coming. And it was so much fun meeting all of you, the new families and new friends, to share discussions and talks, and inducting John into our family. So he's one of the Jinnahs now. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. So we are happy to have John be part of Jinnah family. John Jinnah. Okay, new name, JJ. Here we go. Yeah. Finally, he got his right name after so many years. So we are very proud. And Naila is very daring. I didn't mean that way. But no, she has been very daring. She always tries something new, different schools, different career choices. So very daring. She's very caring also. She has a very big heart, very generous, and I'm sure they'll have, very nurturing. So I'm sure they'll have good life together. That's why. Pardon? Oh, thank you. We'll take.
We'll share her beauty.
We'll take the credit. Thank you. But she has been very studious, hard worker, hard studying, and we are very proud of her. So we're very happy for you, Naila, and we wish you all the best. And continue being on the right path. Okay, do the right things. Okay, and keep everybody, family and friends in mind. I know you're far, but we are never too far. Skype works well, and any other technology. So keep in touch and be yourselves. Okay, and thank you very much for everyone coming. Thank you.
What I'd like to do is, we're a very small family, and we would like to welcome our newest member, Naila. I think she's going to fit right in. And no, we are very happy she wanted to join our family, and now we have a bigger family. Our son John is our pride and joy. He has always been a pleasure to be here because now he'll have a, sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, get the napkins ready. Yeah. We are fortunate to have shared our life with him, and now we will share it with Naila. As parents, we could not wish for anything more than our children to be as good and kind and generous as you guys are. And we wish you happiness together. Naila, John, congratulations. It's the wedding life, all we can hope for is joy, and life continues as happily as today has been. Congratulations.
I'd really like to welcome Naila into our family, officially as a daughter, because she's been that for quite some time now anyway. And we really love her. And she's great, she's nurturing, kind. And the things that John and Naila do together, and we've watched them, because we've been to Sweden like a couple of times and watched them interact, and they make decisions together. They enjoy each other's company, and they come up with solutions together for what they're going to do, and I think it's just fantastic. So seeing that, you can tell that they're going to live to have two happy lives together. Not always going to be ups, there's going to be downs, as there is in any relationship, but you'll weather it. And that's the main thing. And you work at a marriage. You don't just, oh, it's not good, this isn't working, or whatever. You work at it. We all did that. Anybody who's married, they know. Anyway, now this guy here is my confirmed bachelor. Ha ha. He told me he'd gone out with a couple of ladies, actually three, and each one seemed to last about 2 years, and that was I'm done with that one. And they kicked them to the roadside. So actually one by text. So anyway, John says to me, he says, "Dad, I'm a confirmed bachelor." He says, "I'll never get married." And I said, "Son, hogwash." I said, "Someday you meet the right lady." I said, "You're going to think, you know what? This is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with." And I am so happy to know that he did that, and he couldn't have chosen better. So thank you. Toast to the bride and the groom.
I have been, or rather Naila has been putting up with me for the last 22 years. How old do you feel now?
Really old.
First off, I want to give a quick thank you to the parents of both the bride and the groom for making all of this possible. So if we could give them a quick hand, that would be really nice. Thank you. And thank you. It's been a lovely party so far. So Naila and I essentially met in elementary school. There was this really socially awkward young girl who was a super geek, and by the way, I'm talking about me, not her, who met an equally geeky person, though significantly less socially awkward person, which is her. I made all sorts of terrible jokes, and she was laughing at them, and eventually I realized that these laughs were not out of pity. She was actually laughing at me, which really impressed me. And then not only that, but she would counter with equally terrible jokes of her own. She's got lots of them. Pigeons. They will come.
Pigeons.
Yeah. And yeah, over terrible jokes is essentially where our friendship was born. So essentially I knew right then and there that I had found not only my best friend for life, but also the sister that I chose. So yeah, out of terrible jokes are born the best friendships. So from then on in, we did pretty much everything together. From school projects to playing ice hockey, playing soccer, where she was a terrifying defenseman, so I relegated myself to the position of goalie just to make sure that I would not get clobbered, and she would defend me. So that's how that worked out. We would obsess over Canadians players all the way late into the night. That's also a good while ago. And speaking of nights, we would also spend nights essentially in stitches over the word pigeons. Because when you've had enough sugar, any particular word can become the funniest word in the whole world. And over one particular board game, which was Home Alone 2, we would just spend the entire night laughing at the word pigeons. And even now, if I say it in a particular way, she will start laughing. Pigeons! Yeah, there we go. And yeah, no, we've got plenty of inside jokes. Even the pigeon one, I really don't understand anymore. I think she gets it more than I do, but she just laughs at it, so I say it all the time, and that just makes me laugh. So there you go. So some of my favorite things about Naila, much as she's grown into this really smart, successful, savvy, and compassionate young lady, at the drop of a hat, she'll turn into this really playful, funny, and mischievous person where you know as the evening goes on that it's going to be a night for the books. And I think tonight will be one of those nights.
Probably.
I always wondered who could possibly match that. So in walks John. So these two essentially met at work. Now I know that office romances are supposed to be a really bad thing, and everybody says it's a bad idea. Don't do it. I was one of those people who essentially told her, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And then she essentially told me two things about this guy. A, he's a super geek. I went, okay, maybe. B, he can cook. And I said, okay, good. We're keeping this one. Keep him. And that's where that essentially came from. So yeah, he's a geek and he can cook. We're sold. And John, you know Naila tells me everything, right?
But she tells me everything about you too.
Everything.
It's a two-way street.
Good.
I have access to her phone.
Oh dear. We got to change that. We got to change that. So John, I know that you've been Naila's rock, her support, and her comfort. And you really are one of the luckiest guys I know. All right? So in my past weddings I've been to, namely my brother's, I've had the pleasure of gaining some sisters. But to this day, I've never gained a brother. That changed today. I'm so glad for you both. So are we both ready to celebrate these two? Yeah. All right.
Thank you. I love you.
For those of you who may not remember me after last night's activities, my name's Luke and I'm the best man. I'm very friendly, I'm house trained and rarely bite, and will be found in a not too distant future somewhere near the bar. I would also like to mention that I'm a complete novice at public speaking and I have this overwhelming urge to prove it to you today. So I first met John through work 14 years ago. and I could honestly say that he's the best ginger I've ever met. I have a soul. He's been a brilliant friend, and it truly is an honor to be his best man. In all these years, I don't think I've seen him with someone who's so well suited for him, who challenges him and pushes him to be the best version of himself. The only advice I would like to give you both is to never take each other for granted, because years from now, it won't matter who's right or wrong, but rather how hard you held on and how strongly you loved one another at your weakest and most vulnerable. I would like to wish you both many years of happiness and a long and fruitful marriage. So I invite you to raise your glass, and let's cheers the bride and groom. Hear, hear. Thank you.
Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I might not seem to care, I don't want clever conversation. Never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. Need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, that's forever. This I promise from the heart. I couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are. I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. But every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight